Hello, I'm Fenland Fisherman and welcome to another fishing video. Well, hello and welcome to yet another fishing video. Today I've just come back down for a last ditch attempt on my Syndicate. My membership runs out into this month, so I've just literally come down here for a 24-hour session, see if I can catch anything. Joined here today by my good mate Matt. He's been fishing it a lot recently, so we're hoping he can get a few out if I can't. But just here, a 24-hour session, just arrived, and hopefully we can get a few out. Well, we're finally into a fish after an hour or so, or 2 hours of frustrating floater fishing. I'm finally taking it. Literally turn my back as you often do, and then it just absolutely zips away. Just hope I can get it in now. I don't think it's terribly big, but any fish is welcome. Right, there we go. First fish of the session. Had to wait a while for this one, but that took that chop down boilie perfectly. Oh, a bit lively though. There we go, I'll give you a quick look at it. Lovely little chunk. Nice to have one on the surface. Beat me up a little bit. Oh. There you go, see if I can show you the girth across that there. Got that. Brilliant stuff. Right, let's flip this one straight back.
Like that in the weed.
Caught on the surface, a single dumbbell pop-up, 24 £, bigger than George's.
Well, it's coming into evening now, and as you've seen, both me and Matt have managed to have a couple of fish out. Matt with that lovely 24 and me with a lovely 19 £. Carp. Both are real nice looking fish now getting into summer. You're really starting to get some nice colours on them. But Matt's managed to have 2 out today. He's been here since sort of early afternoon, morning. I came down late afternoon, but still managed to have one out, so I'm really happy about that. One of my first ever carp and proper floater fishing gear. I've really enjoyed it. Real exhilarating when you're fishing for fish in here that are mostly above 15 £, and I managed to lose or miss 2 fish earlier on, which took the float right under, and it's just such good fun watching it. Such a nice style of fishing. Here for tomorrow, most of the day tomorrow, so unlike today where I've had to come in the evening, hopefully going to be here for most of the day tomorrow, and hopefully I'm going to be float fishing all day, and we can try and get a few fish on the bank, and hopefully try and get a few takes on camera. Should be brilliant. That's what, excuse me, I think the shadow of the camera is now projecting over me nicely thanks to the sun. Oh well. But yeah, really enjoyed today. It's time to get the rods out. Actually, I've got this one dangling here. Might as well show you what I'm doing. It's going to look a bit bizarre, so bear with me. Pretty much what I've got a single Odyssey boilie tipped with a little orange pop up there. Got a PVA bag full of some crushed Odyssey trout pellet. There's also some of the oily pellet mix in there, oily bag mix. Big old bag that. I've actually filled that bag with a couple of PVA nuggets. You see I've got one on the hook there, and also I've got 2 just finished up the line. That's how I try and keep all this real light. This is on top of a little bit of weed that's out there. You know, my other rods in a solid bag, both PVA from Gardner obviously. And you know, I'm hoping this is going to get on top of that weed that's out there. But even without having anything tonight, really had good fun today, and you've caught something now, and that's all that matters on a water like this. If you get something, that's what matters. But hopefully we'll get a couple more, and yeah, I'll keep you updated. Here she comes.
That's not common.
Little mirror.
Yeah.
feels about 40. I don't care if you hit fish. This what? It's not. Is it fat? I can't tell from there. Come on. But yeah, he's pulling that tip round. Oh, quit powering that fish. He's coming. He's coming. Oh, you got him? Brilliant. I've got another one.
Yep.
Well, would you look at that? Just put the float rod out and wasn't even looking. I just heard the fish splash, then heard the clutch, hit it, and got this lovely looking mirror. Not very big, just over 15. But what a beaut. Some lovely scales on there. Getting really thick set fish. Got up a hell of a scrap. Right, let's put this one back. Right, it's time to put her back. This majestic creature. Let's show the camera. What a beautiful, beautiful fish. We'll slip the net away. Let's slip her back into the abyss. There she goes. That way, that way. Brilliant. Well, as you just saw, managed to get another fish out on floater gear. Literally just chucked it out as a chancer. Heard splash, turned around, saw the fish tearing off. Clutching the rod going. Brilliant stuff, isn't it? Decided to abandon the float fishing now until tomorrow. Both rods out on bottom baits. Oh, not the right ones on the snowmans I showed you earlier. Right hand rod just tucked round the reeds to the right, a little bit further out. Left hand rod again the same, but the reeds on the left. Just had to water it down a little bit, but hopefully we'll get something out during the night. Well, we're into another fish. This time it's on the bottom bait rod. Coming to evening now. Absolutely ripped off. Couldn't believe it was gone so quick. Anyway, I've hit into it now. It's trying to snag me in the reeds. Don't know how big it is. Well, that was just on that little CC Moore 15mm Odyssey and little fruit pop up on top. He's not that big actually. Will you do the honours, Matt?
No.
Coming in now.
Why? Gonna have to.
It's a little team. Here we go. Oh, the power in that little fish. No, don't get in, don't have to get in. Oh, so much power in that little fish. Come, maybe not. Always be careful. My answer to your question, Matt, is yeah. It's the food wasn't the one.
Yeah. Nice mouth of green this one.
Got him? Brilliant. Well, there we go. First one off the bottom. Came in the evening. £23. What a cracking fish. Didn't think it was 20 when brought in. Thought it was about 16. But yeah, lovely fish. Really happy about that. Haven't had 20 for a while. Brilliant stuff. Oh, she's about to go. But let's slip this fish back. Right, just going to slip her back now. Just had a little bit of rest in the mat, put the water in there, sorry, the sling. A bit more water in. Unzip the sling, just lift her up for you. Oh, that's a lovely looking fish, that. Look at that, what a beaut. Right, oh, we'll let her go then. Let her swim off when she wants to. Immaculate condition, hell of a flight. Off she goes. Brilliant. Turn around the right way. Oh, that way, love. Off you go. Brilliant stuff. Let's get another one.
It's 11:30 at night. We've just had 2 runs. One of them managed to get away from us. Went straight through a weed bed and cut me up. Second fish I've had now. Managed to land this 18-pounder. Lovely fish. Caught on a 15mm critically balanced monster squid bottom bait. Yeah, well chuffed. we just literally woke up. I maybe just looked out the bivvy thinking why I hadn't had a run in a while, and this one tore off. I had it on a piece of just on a single piece of plastic corn over a bed of particle which I'd spotted out early yesterday morning. It's just been sitting there. That really was a sleeper rod. It hasn't had any signs of life. I really didn't think it was going to go off at all. I thought my right hand rod was going to go off again. But yeah, lovely little carp. That's 22 pounds as well. That's my second 20 I've had so far, and my fourth fish. So yeah, great. He's not going anywhere. £25 dead on. We're just literally setting up a swim for floater fishing. We may or may not have some fish out there later, but we were just setting up a swim for floater fishing, putting some pellet in, and my right hand rod tore off again, the one I thought was going to go off. So beautiful, beautiful fish, put up a hell of a fight. Tried to escape from the net a couple of times. Yeah, well happy with that.
Right, now I'm just going to quickly run you through the baits I'm going to be using in the session, both on my bottom bait rigs and on the surface. Starting off for the feed on the surface, and I'm going to try and use them as hook baits as well. It's a good old chum mixer. You really can't beat them for surface fishing. It's got a bag of them, £3 that. Load of chum in there. Brilliant bait. I've got them feeding on that earlier on. In terms of the hook, you can use a chum mixer on the hook, but I think what's a lot better because it stays on is a trimmed down pop-up, and quite often if you get a pop-up that's the same colour as the mixer, it can be really handy. So I've just got what's to hand. It's got some of the Odyssey, chop it down, pretty similar colour, just made into a similar shape of the mixer, and that's done the business. Any pop-up the same colour as the mixer will do really. Okay, now on to the rigs on the bottom bait rigs. Simple 15mm Odyssey, a little fruity pop on top of that. That's what I'm using, just a few Odysseys scattered around that as well. Put a little PVA bag on there, and what I've got in there, it's got some of the oily bag mix, some very small little pellet mix as well, some trout pellets, halibut pellets, all that sort of stuff in there, and I've just heavily glugged it in some of the feed stim. I've also glugged a few of the chum mixes as well on feed stim, making nice oil slick and helping to break up some of the ripples, which is really helpful. But they're the simple baits I'm using in this session. I'm not going too complicated with it, I never do on here, and you know, I've been working so far, so we're going to carry on with them and see if we can get anything.
Show you some of the baits I've been using. Like George, I've been nicking some of his chum mixer dog biscuits. They seem to have been producing very well. The carp have been feeding confidently on surface on them as well. And for about £3 a bag, they're bloody perfect. Boilies wise, I've been using monster squid from Nash. I've been hollowing them out, putting a bit of foam in there just to critically balance the bait. It's been having great hook holds in the bottom corner of the mouth each time. And it's just a great little bait. I've been putting a handful around that. I've been casting just past the reeds and putting a handful of bait on the spot. For my floater fishing, I've used both the chum mixer and some of this Nash riser pellet. I was fishing up Brasenose 2 a couple of weeks ago, and in the last half an hour of the match that we were fishing in, I started putting out some of the mixer pellet. If I think I'd put it out earlier in the day, I would have had tons more, but I didn't, and it's very difficult to get out at range as well. But if I am fishing at range, say like the other side of the lake here, what I'll do is I'll put it in PVA bags, and that will give like a little bit of traction around the hook bait, and it'll draw them into the area. George earlier is filming me doing some spodding as well, and this is just what I've got on my spod mix. I've got some of the 10mm high oil trout pellets that they feed them on in here. I've got some dead maggot which I've frozen for about 2 nights in the freezer even, and some very cloudy ground bait. That just helps to, when they're on the bottom, the oils and the cloud will come up and you can see flat spots when they are actually feeding. Yeah, that's my spod mix, what I've been putting in.
Well, it's now come to the end of the video, and I'd say we've had a pretty good session down here. Matt's done really well. He's managed to get 5 fish out, which is really good down here. I've managed to get 3, which I still think is pretty good as well. Literally had a zig out now for about, well, a few hours. Literally half an hour left of session. Rod tip went round, hooked into it, small fish on, probably about 14 pounds, and hook pull. And yeah, so hook pull, well, pretty quickly into the fire. But oh well, I'm just happy I managed to hook one on that. Probably about mid-depth and 30 foot of water. But like I said, I've got to keep this short now because I need to start packing up. Been a brilliant session. I really enjoyed coming back down here for one last go. Really enjoyed fishing Matt. Nice to see him do so well as well. But anyway, I'll see you next time, and tight lines.